Medin ko ekusi Ghanian branch and many I my sister Benetina and I between commande America said my guest no enya basua na I mean a Ghanaian nurse or a Ghanaian nurse and currently based in Ireland. I just ordered in message Manako Puemo Ireland. Yeah, still saving lives and saving people. And yeah, we didn't about to drink money. I share the journey so far, how it started, maybe a free, maybe I could do and also advocate, August, just say, still all year, Juma. But or camera no, yeah, no vertical money. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Very good, very good, very good. Tumzoy. Wonderful.
Okay.
Abena won fedi eniye.
Kweku Jaisa.
Papa.
Bia boko.
Abena to say.
Yakupon adwumu na to saying.
Boko so. More winter now. Are you guys in winter?
Yes, yeah, Fred be autumn. Getting closer to winter. But the year is
Okay, so autumn is I think the raining season, right? When it rains a lot.
Yeah. Get when it gets good. I think after that's now winter and so I said it.
Okay, we are in winter, so I mean, it's so cold,
Oh,
man.
winter, okay. But it's very cold there. Autumn, look, I'm saying it's winter now.
You
It's
have a
really
fine.
cold.
All right, so guys, if you are joining us, my name is Kweku Ghanian branch here, and today I have my sister. Abena, what is your real name?
Oh my god. Quick, so you don't know my name.
Abena.
Okay, all right. So, professionally, meeting the Faustina Chebafo.
What did they?
Faustina Chebafo.
Really, I never knew. Faustina Cheba, I never knew.
Most people doesn't know my name. All they know is Abedati and then something.
Yeah, because you've made a lot of impact with Abenatina. So Abena, let's start with the journey so far. I met you in Cape Coast where you were a nurse and I don't know you were hey Abena you country and then me country I can't say more but me son on the brofuna me country me who yeah tree I can't say more.
Respect yourself. Respect yourself.
Well, so I mean,
Respect yourself.
Abena,
You're bonga.
Abena was a journalist back in Ghana in Cape Coast, Kingdom FM 97.1 or 91.7. 96.9, yeah, 96.9.
Hey, now station, baby, I wanna read a few frequencies.
Because me feel on my other stations. Me feel
Yeah.
on
Okay, me feel on me call one other station. Then from
yeah,
there,
okay, yeah,
me call
Takradi, my FM or something.
no Koforidua
Hey, sorry, cover there, my FM.
Oboba Media Group. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So Abena, how did the journey as a nurse, how did it started? I want us to focus on because I saw you being a nurse and how long did you serve and what when did you make the move?
Oh, okay. So I think I served Ghana as a registered psychiatric nurse for I think between 6 to 7 years. Yeah, okay, let me say 6 years. Before I finally left Ghana, I left the Ghana Health Service, and I transferred my license to Europe, specifically Republic of Ireland, to join the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland. So currently, I'm a registered psychiatric nurse with the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland. I'm no more a Ghanaian practicing nurse.
But
But
let's start.
let's start.
Nursing is one
Nursing
of
is
the
one of
prestigious
the
job that people
prestigious job that
respect.
people
I mean, in
respect.
Ghana,
I mean, in Ghana,
to be a nurse,
to be a
you
nurse,
are well
you
respected,
are well
and we
respected,
believe you
and
are
we
paid
believe you are
well.
paid well.
What will motivate you
What will
to? You're
motivate you
not paid
to?
well.
You're not paid well. No, the truth is, Ghanaian nurses in Ghanaian nurses are underpaid. Let me put it that way. Um, Poor um, conditions attached to the service. I mean, there is nothing enticing about Ghanaian nursing. From my own experience, for the number of years I served in Ghana, I could say that it was a hassle for me because there were even at times I have to already the salary is not sufficient, but because of the department where I find the facility where I find myself, sometimes I have to use my own pocket to visit my clients. I use my own pocket money to sometimes buy medication for my patients just to help them avoid relapse, because when they relapse it still comes back to me. So I was doing all this without peanuts. Sometimes by the time the month ends and the salary comes, already the salary is already, I mean, exhausted even
You've
before
used it.
it You've gets. Used it. Yes, even before it gets into your account. Sometimes you visit your patient and your patient expect you to give them something because they do complain. Me need to come, me did tell you, no, drone, me to me, no, me
Into
no,
being
me drone,
fair.
and accommodate. So
Yeah,
sometimes you end up. But over here, I mean,
I'll get there. I'll get there.
I'll
Take
get
it
there. I'll
easy.
get there. Take it
So
easy.
you
So
are, yeah. So you are
so
establishing the
you are
fact that
establishing
I
the
mean,
fact that
being
I mean,
a nurse
being
in Ghana
a
is
nurse
nothing
in
good to
Ghana
write
is
home
nothing
about.
good to write home about. That's the truth. Let's just say the truth. That's the hard truth. That's the hard truth. Yeah.
But you
But
you
but
you are not you are
you are
not
not
just
you are
a
not just
nurse. You
a nurse.
were a
You
nurse. You're a
were
radio
a nurse. You're
presenter.
a
You
radio
also
presenter. You also
you were doing a lot of
you were doing a
programs.
lot
I
of
mean,
programs. I mean,
and it still weren't
it
paying.
still went paying. But Kwekute, living in Ghana, it's never the same as living in abroad. Trust me, it's never the same.
I know. I
So
know.
I know, I know.
I
So
know.
me, I know I'm a very hardworking girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I left Ghana, I was producing detergents. I was producing detergents on my own, selling them. I put them in my car. I go to work and I'll be selling along. I mean, doing radio, emceeing programs. I mean, doing petty stuffs that could. And I was doing all this just to increase, I mean, um, my income. Something, yeah. Because I needed to, brighten my future. So I needed more. I can't just depend on um, my one salary. If you depend on one thing, I realized back in Ghana was you cannot depend on one. You cannot survive. I mean, you can survive on one salary. Yeah. So you need to have multiple incomes. So basically, so I cannot rely on my salary. I cannot rely on my husband's support only. So I needed to do more for myself, and besides, I had things in me that I had more interest. So I decided that let me make income out of my interest, out of whatever talent I have, and that was why you saw me,
Doing a lot of
doing
things.
a lot of things. Yeah, aside nursing. But trust me, it's good over here.
I'm going to get there.
I'm
So
going to
now,
get
now,
there.
now,
So
now let's come
let's
to
come to
when did you have
when did you have
the idea to
the idea
travel?
to travel? Okay, so it all started in 2022. Yeah, January. Yeah, January. I was about to go for my final semester in UCC. I was doing my top up. I was doing my first degree in University of Cape Coast. So, in my final semester, a colleague, a colleague that was ahead of me,
Hmm.
left Ghana immediately after completing UCC. I was in touch with him, and he told me, Abena, this is what I did, and I left. So I know you were a go-getter girl. I mean, that was what my colleague told me. I know you're a go-getter girl. Don't waste time. Immediately you finish the degree, make a move. So I started researching about the procedure, the exams involved, and so when I was the week I was going for my last semester, I wrote the exams before reporting to school. So I wrote the exams in British Council, then the next day I reported to school. So fortunately for me, I was on campus when my results came and it was a success for me. So immediately I finished the semester, I began the process.
Okay. So
Okay.
meaning
Meaning
you were still in
you were still in
school whilst trying
school. Yeah.
to,
Was trying to.
get
Yes,
access
so
to.
I
Okay,
was
so
okay, I
so
was
the
doing my final semester and learning the migration exams alongside. So when I was reporting to, so we were reporting on campus on Sunday, and I made it a point to take the British Council exams on Saturday. Then Monday I left for school. You understand? So I was learning the IELTS and UCC courses concurrently. I mean, I was
okay.
doing it okay along, yeah. So before I was going to start my final semester, I felt I was ready to take that exam. So that was why I took the exams before going back to school, and it went well for me. So immediately I completed, I didn't waste time, and I started the transfer of the license process. So, and it was fast for me. So I
So
didn't
so now
even.
now take us through the
Take us
process.
through the
If
process.
a
If
Ghanaian
a
nurse
Ghanaian
wants
nurse
to
wants to
also come
also
to
come
Ireland,
to Ireland,
take us through
okay,
the
so
process.
take
How was
us
the
through the
process like?
process. How was the okay, process like? So basically, the first step is to write the international English testing system, the IELTS. Yeah, you need to write the
IELTS out.
IELTS. Yes, IELTS. You need to write that one specifically academic.
Okay.
IELTS academic. Either you write the academic standard or the academic UKVI. So that, or you can, if you don't want to write IELTS, you can write the OET. That is Occupational English Testing System or something. Yeah, OET. So you choose any of them that you think you can face. So you pass, and there is a required band score that you need there.
Exactly. What are the
Exactly.
required
What are the required
band score?
band score? Okay, so for where I am, for the next MAD Field of Ireland, they require that you get 7.0 or more in three components and 6.5 in one component. It doesn't matter which component that you get the 6.5.
So you mean
So you mean
speaking and
speaking
writing?
and writing? No, there is no specification. So all they want is you have 7.0 or more in three of the components. So the components are four. So you just have to try as much as possible and get 7.0 or more in three of them. And
Okay.
the least score should be 6.5 in one component with a total band score of 7.0 or more, and you qualify.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now continue the
Now
process.
continue
So
the process.
that's
So
where you left
that's
off.
where you left off. All right. So after passing the IELTS, now the next thing you need to do is the foreign verification, and that is done by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Ghana. So NMC will do the foreign verification to whichever country that you have to go. But before you do the foreign verification, if you are a government trained nurse, that is, if you attended a government nursing training college, you need to do what we call the Ministry of Health clearance. So you need to do that clearance before you can go ahead and do the NMC foreign verification. There is is an amount involved, you go to ADB or commercial bank and pay it into, let's say, Midwifery Council of Ghana. You pay it into the account, and then the process begins for you. So it takes like about a month to 2 months.
Abena, are you using Bluetooth something?
Headphone. No.
Looks like your sound goes on and off, trips off up and down. All right, go on, go
Sorry.
on.
Okay. All right. So you need to make that payment to NMC, and then the foreign verification process will begin for you. So NMC Ghana is going to send your professional documents that certifies that indeed Ghana has trained you, and you are registered, you are practicing, and you have practiced for this number of years. This is your PIN. I mean, all those documentation to clarify that you are indeed a certified nurse from Ghana. So they sent all those documents to the country nursing board, whichever country you are going. So when they go through that and it fits into what they are looking for, then they will accept you, and they will now require you to submit some documents from your nursing training college and some documents from your workplace. So your workplace documents basically covers your work experience, to let them know how the number of years you have, or because in Ireland your startup salary starts from the number of years you have served in Ghana.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, so whichever years you have served in Ghana, it doesn't go wasted in Ireland. That is actually where your salary will start from. So they take a history of the number of years you have worked, the various um
Positions you have chopped.
positions you have chopped. Yes, and positions as well, various wards or units you have worked, and your nurse manager signs and
Oh,
stamp, and I mean, yeah. So you
I
send
think
all
that,
those
that is
documents.
pretty different from other areas.
Yes, like UK, it's slightly different from UK. UK do not take more documents like Ireland. Ireland takes more documents than UK. And another difference with Ireland and UK is UK, when you pass the IELTS and you do the foreign verification and they accept you, they give you the go ahead to write another exams called the CBT. Yeah, you have to write another exams with the UK Nursing and Midwifery Council. When you pass, before they can give you the go ahead to be employed. But in Ireland, you don't write CBT.
Okay.
Immediately you pass the IELTS, your process starts. So that is just a few difference between the Ireland process and the UK process. Yeah.
And you were saying that the health authorities in Ghana will have to send certain documents on your behalf.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
they will send it to the nursing council of the country you are going to. So that is
Wow,
what we
but
call the
because
foreign verification.
I'm asking that because recently I've heard that they are complaining that there's going to be a nurse shortage in Ghana. Even there is a current article that says that nursing shortage expected to continue through 2024.
I'm not surprised. The number may even increase, because the truth of the matter is every nurse is trying every possible route to move with his or her nursing license, because it's an opportunity that has been open for overseas nurses now. So if you are smart, you can enter, unless you are lazy, because you need to pass certain exams before you can. So if you are lazy, you will be left behind. But if you are determined, you are so ambitious to be an international nurse, you quickly take the opportunity. So I'm not surprised. There are more determined nurses back home who are, ready to migrate, and they just waiting for some few, things to click, and they will leave. So I'm not surprised. The numbers may increase.
Wow. Okay, so now let's focus on the Ireland migration. There are a number of countries people can migrate to. The UK, which is the most popular one, a lot of people are migrating to, and we hear a lot of stories. I mean, coming from there. But Ireland is not very popular. It's not very common to the nursing community, partially because maybe because of lack of information. But I see that you are trying to enlighten people because it is also one path that when you follow, I mean, it's just almost like, I mean, working in the UK or maybe better than that. So continue the process, and after I'll come to some of the goodies in Ireland.
Okay.
So let's go through the
Okay,
process.
so from IELTS to MOH clearance to NMC foreign verification, then submission of documents. So you need to create an account with the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland. They have their portal. You just have to log in your details and you have access to your personal portal. So it is only you and NMBI that has access to that
That portal.
portal. So yeah, so if NMBI wants to give you an update or something, it will be on your portal. So you submit your documents and they do the assessment. So there are stages of the assessment. So when they assess your educational documents and they are satisfied, they move you to the educational assessments required. When after that, then they will be assessing your employment history. So that's the document, and those documents they will give it to you to take it to your college and to take it to your workplace. So they assess your employment forms. If everything is intact for them, then they move you to education assessment complete, and then the next stage that is going to be your decision letter. So NMBI will issue a decision letter requiring that you go through a compensation measure. The compensation measure has two pathways. That is either you do adaptation or you write the OSCE exams to obtain your Irish license. So that is the final stage of the transition of your license from Ghana to Ireland. So when you get that decision letter, it's the decision letter gives you the passports for any Irish hospital to recruit you.
Oh, okay.
Without the decision letter and IELTS, no hospital will recruit you as a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah. So these two documents are your passport to be recruited by any hospital or any health recruiting agency in Ireland to pick up your CV. And I mean, if your CV, they are impressed with your CV, they move you to interview. If you pass, then you get your job offer. If you sign your job offer, then you get your contract, and then the relocation package comes in. After you have gotten your decision letter, add it to your IELTS and your CV, you apply for job. When you get the job, interview, they give you a job offer and a contract. When you sign the contract, then your relocation process is going to
Okay. Now,
begin. So the
before we get to the relocation process, getting all or going through all this process, does it cost? They send me the letter. You go to your school. That should be a very tedious job.
yeah, that's why I'm saying any good thing does not come easy. If you are determined to move, no matter what, no matter the stress, you will embrace it. And so when it comes to the recognition process where you submit documents to the NMBI, the recognition process has a fee, and that is 350 euros. That will be paid by you
Okay.
at the initial stage. But when you get the job and you finally arrive in Ireland, your employer will refund that money back to you. That 350 euros, your employer will pay it back to you. Yeah.
But you pay that 350 euros whilst in Ghana.
Whilst in Ghana, yeah. So you convert it to the cities and you
That,
pay
that, that,
it.
that is almost 5,000 Ghana cedis.
Exactly.
Man, that's going to be a stumbling block for people. I see.
Yes. Yes, and but if you are able to pay it, and if you don't pay it, the NMBI will not assess your documents.
Okay.
Yes. So after immediately you submit your documents, you make that payment of 350 euros, and then your assessment will begin. So when your assessment goes through successfully, you get your decision letter, and then you start applying for job with your IELTS. When you get the job and everything goes on well, and you finally arrive in Ireland and you pass your adaptation, or you pass the OSCE, the practical exam, and you finally get your Irish PIN, your hospital, the hospital you are working with is going to refund that 350 euros back to you. They will
Yeah,
pay it back to you.
you made mention of adaptation and OSCE something.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
that? And
Okay.
do you write
Okay,
that in
so
Ireland or in Ghana?
no, in Ireland. So back home, before you get the Ghana nursing license, you need to do licential exams.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
theory and practicals. You need to pass both the theory and the practicals before Ghana NMC will issue you your registered nursing license. It's the same in Ireland for every overseas nurse. You will also do the licential exams. Let me put it in that way for people to easily understand it. You need to do licential exams. But over here, the licential
Are you
exams
talking
is
of
a
the
start.
licensure exam that we
Licential.
teachers write?
Exactly. But with nurses, ours is theory and practicals.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it's the same in Ireland for overseas nurses. But over here, there are two options. We have the clinical aspect, which is the adaptation. So adaptation, it's not like you are going to do a 1 day exams and you either pass or fail. No. The adaptation, you are going to work for a period of 6 to 12 weeks, but under a supervision of an examiner.
Okay.
So every day you are working, but you are under supervision. After 6 weeks, if
Paid
the
or
assessor,
unpaid?
sorry,
Will you be paid?
yes, you'll be
Okay.
paid, but not the actual nursing salary, because you don't have your PIN yet. You
Okay.
are undergoing assessment. So there is a different salary for the adaptation period. So the adaptation, the minimum is 6 weeks. If you are lucky, or if you are fortunate and you pass at the 6th week, then congratulations, you get your Irish PIN, and then you start working legally as a Irish nurse, and then you start receiving your nursing salary.
So what are some of the things that they look out for during the adaptation process?
The adaptation is basically your practical experience. You said you are a midwife. You said you're a psychiatric nurse. You said you're a general nurse. So do and let's see.
Oh,
So
okay.
you are working. Yeah,
I've
so
grown in
you are
fame.
working. Good. So they'll be giving you tasks to do. Kojia
Oh, okay.
war,
Okay.
Jari Abofrano, manage condition way, also your also your psychiatric nurse, manage this condition. I mean, so just like you are going to work every day,
Okay.
but your work, is under it's an examination. Obi says so seriously, you can pass and you can fail.
Okay.
And it's a minimum of 6 weeks and a maximum of 12 weeks. So at the 6th week, na examiner ne feel say no, we
Everything
will
is
press
okay.
if she says okay, you have proved yourself beyond reasonable doubt that yes, you are a good nurse, or pass. So but of feel say o lack some competencies be as a nurse, on pass or be extend the period normal.
So in your
Yes.
case, what happened?
Me, I didn't do adaptation.
Why
I
not?
did the These two pathways, it is not you who will decide. It's your employer who decides. So your employer will give you the contract and states that I am I am giving you the job offer, but you have to do adaptation
Okay.
to get your license. The employer may also say, Mafa wejumem, but you have to do the Ireland OSCE. That's the licential exams, yeah.
Okay.
So fortunately or unfortunately for me, I got a job offer that came with licential exams.
Oh, okay.
And for me, I was the Ireland Nursing Council was starting the a new licential exams for psychiatric nurses. At first, psychiatric nurses and midwives only do adaptation. It was
Okay.
only general nurses that were doing adaptation or licential exam. That's the OSCE. But my time, that was January 2023, the nursing board changed things and said now they have given two options for psychiatric nurses. So now psychiatric nurses coming to Ireland can either do adaptation or they can do the OSCE exams, which is just a 2 days exams. 1 day for the theory, second day for practicals.
Okay.
The next day or two, results is out. Latest by 2 days, the results is out. If you have passed within a week, you get your pin and you start working. Unlike adaptation that
I assuming you go through all this process. Now you are in Ireland. If you are going through this adaptation and you fail, what happens? Because you've already traveled to Ireland.
so if you fail, automatically you cannot be an Irish nurse, and it means that you have to go back to your country.
Really?
At that particular stage, they have not given you your documents yet, your
Okay.
legal documents yet. So you have the potential, there is possibility of you being deported, or yes, because they give you a short period for you to come in for the adaptation or the exams. So it means that you need to be smart and either find a company. If you are lucky, your hospital that brought you can retain you as a healthcare assistant
Okay.
whilst you prepare yourself to go back for the exams. You understand? And
Yeah.
even with
All
that one,
clear.
you need to go through the process with the Nurse and Midwifery Board of Ireland again to obtain the warrant to write the exams again
Okay.
or to do the adaptation again. The adaptation, when you exhaust all the 12 weeks and you don't pass, it means that is the end. So you would have to, go back to NMBI and start all over, or they
Okay.
will deport you if your visa expires and you haven't gotten your documents, you haven't gotten any hospital or any facility to retain you as a healthcare assistant or something. The same applies to the licential exams. The licential exams, you have two attempts. If you don't
Okay.
pass, you are going to do 14 stations. We call it 14 practical stations. And you are expected to pass all the 14 practical stations. If you don't pass all, you are fortunate to come back the second time and
And write again.
attempt only the stations that you failed, not all
Okay.
the 14 stations.
Oh.
Only the failed stations is what you come back and repeat. So you go back in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks and you repeat those stations. If you are fortunate and you pass, then you get your Irish pin. If you don't pass on the second attempt, then it means that you are kind of in trouble. It's either you have to quickly find a healthcare assistant job so that that company can extend your stay
Your
in
stay.
Ireland, or if
And
you
as a
don't get
obepe, ebuko mo epipi.
wobɛpɛ, like you need to find ɛsɛ sɛ wotumi enya o company bi na or extend wo stay no ma ɛnyɛ saa na wo stay no ɛso a you have no option. Immigration will take you back. For the purpose, permits now the buyer, no, you couldn't achieve
Yeah,
it.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
With every travel,
because
if you don't,
the nurses comes with a particular permit entry be,
mm,
which we call the the atypical workings scheme number. AWS, that is what the nurses comes with. And
okay.
you are expected within like 2 to 3 months, as I said to me, every BBR who
Okay.
pass the exams, if it's adaptation, or maybe adaptation, then you get you unya the moment you get your Irish pin, legal documents ni nyina beto aswaba.
Okay.
Then you finally become a resident. So
Oh, you become
automatically
a
because
resident.
yeah, automatically they'll immediately your pin comes, you take your pin to immigration and they issue you your residency card.
Are you talking of T- um temporary residency permit or
Temporal.
TLC?
Temporal. Not the citizenship. No.
Oh, okay, okay,
For the
right,
citizenship,
got that.
you need to stay here for like 4 to 5 months. Then
Exactly.
4 to 5 years, and then
Good.
you can apply for that. But for us nurses, immediately you get your pin, the immigration gives you your Irish residency card, which
Really?
allows you to yeah. So it allows you to bring your family, and it allows you to move out of Ireland and come back anytime you want.
Wow.
You just have to make sure that your card do not expire.
Wow.
So
So that is
if it's about
a
to
great
expire, you
news.
renew it.
Yeah, that's a great news for, I mean, all
Yeah.
Africans, Ghanaians, Nigerians, all
Yeah.
Africans. This is a great
Yeah.
news. So, Abina,
Yeah.
let's talk about the goodies. What is the good thing about working as a nurse in Ireland? Because now everybody is moving to UK, and without UK, no UK, no travel. Tell me about the good thing about living and working in Ireland as a nurse.
Myself, I wanted to go to UK until my lecturer introduced Ireland to me. That hey, there are a lot of things in Ireland that most nurses do not know, and people are running away from Ireland process because they feel Ireland process entails a lot of documentation and say Ireland process need the chill the 1 year. Any US, ni Canada, they are no better. So I'm in UK within 4 months, you are gone. So there were few things that attracted me to Ireland, and the first thing was the salary. The salary was different with UK. At the time I was applying, and the information I got from UK was UK do not care your number of years you have served in Ghana. So whether you have served 5 years or 10 years, only obi a was serving 1 year. A only ni nyina aba no mu nyina mo be starting from the same salary. So that was what I heard about UK. But for Ireland, only obi ne ba pe, but marketua enye pe because o number of years I was serving o kromans a oban and no na determine o salary stage. So that was something I was interested because I felt my number of years I have served in Ghana, I can't let it go wasted. Already, we've wasted so many years in the wilderness in Ghana. So I just felt it was a good opportunity for me to reap whatever I have lost for this number of years that I served in Ghana as a psychiatric nurse. So that was one thing for me. And the second thing for me was the fact that you have some special child support because I wasn't just looking for myself because I'm a mother, I'm a wife, so I needed to consider my family as well because whatever I'm getting, my family is going to benefit from it. So I realized that Ireland gives child support much better than UK. So that also got my interest. And the other thing was Ireland is a very calm, it's very lovely working here. And the psychiatric nursing also has a lot of, the work is so broad that you are not stick to a particular one way thing that we do back home, like the way our psychiatric nursing is back home, very boring, very stressful. Over here it's not like that. There are so many mental health facilities. In fact, I really love doing the psychiatric here than back home. Back home was a hell for us psychiatric nurses. So these are some of the things that really got my interest for Ireland. And I mean, and one other thing was the fact that you have the opportunity to travel everywhere around Europe because you have your residence. I mean, all those things, it was very enticing for me. So I felt it's a good deal for me and my family. Yeah.
So, I mean, you are talking with
You're
respect
talking with
to
respect to
finances and child
finances and
support
child support, social
and
life, and family life. I mean, it's good here. It's really good.
so these are the things
So these
that
are the things
made you
that
choose
made you
Ireland
choose
over
Ireland,
UK.
yeah, over UK. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk
Now
about
let's talk about
being in
being in
Ireland and
Ireland and
comparing it to Ghana.
comparing
Can
it to
you make
Ghana. Can
a
you make a
juxtaposition between
juxtaposition
Ireland and
between
Ghana?
Ireland and
Don't
Ghana?
don't don't don't, don't,
Ireland,
don't put Ghana to
don't
the
put
floor,
Ghana
but
to
let's
the
make
floor,
the
but let's make the
juxtaposition.
juxtaposition. Okay, so the little thing I can say that nursing in Ghana, if nursing in Ghana can match itself with nursing in abroad, Ghana has a lot of things to do. Ghana lacks a lot of things in the nursing sector. Nurses are suffering. I mean, there are so many nurses who has worked for so many years and they have nothing to, I mean, boast about. Nothing, nothing. I mean, life is hell for so many
I
nurses
mean,
back home.
there's
I mean,
respect
there's respect
and social
and social
recognition.
recognition. There is social recognition, there is dignity in the uniform, but trust me, economically, people are dying inside. Me, I was parts. I was dying. You call me Antinez, Antinez. Nothing. She. Atadeɛ na hyehyɛ yɛn kwa yɛn brɛ.
Really?
Really? But yeah, we were really suffering. Obi a we free system ni mu bia ba abroad bia will testify that we were really working in vain. You go for night shifts, nothing. Your salary is still the same. You go for weekend duty, your salary is still the same. You work yourself out for so many hours and your salary is still the same. But over here, it is not like that. Even if you spare your time to work on weekend, it's an extra salary for you. If you work on night shifts, it's an extra salary for you. If you use your off day and they call you to come and work because we need nurses on the ward, you go, you sacrifice your off day. Instead of you to rest, you sacrifice it to go and work for the hospital. It doesn't go wasted. It's a salary for you. So every little hours or time you spend in the facility,
It brings money,
it brings money. It brings money.
but no social
But no
recognition,
social recognition.
as you could
As
you would have gotten in
you would
Ghana.
have gotten in Ghana. My dear, if you go somewhere and people just ask you, like maybe you go somewhere filling a document and they ask you, what work do you do? And you say that I'm a psychiatric nurse, you have no idea. I mean, they feel
Okay.
so happy coming across an African who is a psychiatric nurse. I mean, who is even a nurse. Some people makes us feel so especially when you even go to the immigration. I mean, the way the immigration will even welcome you because you are an overseas nurse, especially when you get your pin and you are going for your documents, they tell you you are welcome to our country. We are so happy that you chose to come to our country. Now you have your documents and you have the legal rights to bring your family. When would you like to bring your family?
Really?
Really? Kwesi Brony will be asking because they give us the critical skill permits. That is what they give with the nurses. So they tell you you are a critical skill worker for us. And if they say that you're a critical skill worker, so it means that your skill is so valuable for the nation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're going for your document, they tell you, we are so happy you chose to come and serve in our country as a
So
nurse.
they make you
So
feel
they
proud.
make you feel proud. Yes.
All right. Now, let's talk about this. I think Ireland speak Irish, right?
Yeah, but
How's the
English is
language
dominating.
barrier like in Ireland?
It's an English speaking country. They
I
speak
mean,
their
in,
Irish,
in,
but they speak Irish, but English dominates.
really?
Yeah. Yes. It's just that a typical Irish person speaking English goes like Irish. So you just have to be, but you need to pay attention so you can grab the English
So,
that he's
I mean,
speaking.
English is their official language.
Yes, but they speak the Irish. The Irish is their language, but English dominates.
Oh, so there is no issue of language barrier in Ireland.
No, nothing. It's just the way they speak their English because of their Irish accent. So their English also goes like Irish, like very
Okay,
fast. So that is why they chose IELTS as a requirement,
okay.
just to test your listening abilities, your
You're
reading,
listening, you're speaking skills.
yes, exactly. Because English is dominating here, and because of their Irish accent, their English is just like their Irish. So you just have to be a good listener so you can communicate very well with them.
All right. So, Abra, now let's see. How long have you been in Ireland?
Okay, so I arrived in early February, very early in February. Yeah. So
Year?
February till now, yeah.
Last
So
year.
that's like no this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
So, I
like
mean, you are
10,
close
is
to
it 10 months? Is it like
close to
10?
six
Yes,
six
10.
months.
More than that. February.
Okay.
So February, March,
March,
April,
April,
May.
May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Hey, man, that's almost 10 months.
10. Yeah.
Wow, wow. So now, working in Ireland, are you saying that? How long did you work in Ghana?
6 years and some months. Yeah, so let me say 6 months, 6 years.
So are you saying that Ireland is that good that working 10 months in Ireland, if you accumulate your salary and add it to 6 years of doing radio and being a nurse in Ghana, you can't equate it? Is that what you're saying?
I never bought a bicycle in Ghana.
Abna, you had a car. Abna, didn't you have a car in Ghana?
It was my husband's car. I never
It's
put
the
it in
same.
my
It's
pocket.
still for you.
That wasn't my pocket money, but 2 months, 2 months after receiving salary, I bought a car
Really?
without thinking twice.
A brand new car.
Slightly used. I mean, if you want to buy a brand new, you can buy. Trust me, within 4 months. If you want to buy a brand new car, you can buy. If you want to buy a slightly, I mean, whichever car you want to buy,
Yeah.
because
So 2 months of
nursing,
working in Ireland, you bought a car in Ireland.
yeah,
But
without
6 years,
thinking, without thinking about my pockets, my accounts that I'll go bankrupt. Like back in Ghana, we're always in zero. Because by the time the salary even drops from controller, Charlie, I sakra da. But it's
so
fine.
Abna, you are still saying that.
That's why I say this opportunity it actually came for some people be like me.
Why?
We needed to survive. We were working that um we were giving out more than what we were receiving. And the government was not ready to do anything about it. Our leaders of the nursing association was always, I mean, meetings upon meetings, and nothing comes. The same salary we are receiving, even if you want to go to school, you don't even get steady leave. You don't get it. I did my degree with my own strength and money. I didn't get steady leave. I had to use my annual leave to study and get my degree. Even with that, they were not ready to even take my certificate and upgrade me to the nursing officer I had to be. They were ready to, I mean, for me to go and do connection, pay people. I mean, I was not ready to do that. I knew where I knew what I was stepping on.
Mm.
And because I got to know of the migration so deeply, I got into it deeply after I had already started the school. So
Okay.
I felt like I have already started. I can't let my money go wasted. UCC sandwich money, it's not easy. So I would rather complete, get the first degree, and I'll come over. And that is exactly what I did. So me, I didn't even do graduation. My graduation didn't meet me in Ghana.
I see. So
I
you are
was
saying that still you can't compare your 6 year salary in Ghana to
Kweku.
9 months in Ireland.
Kweku, don't go there. This is
Let's
this
go
is more
there.
private. This is more private and more confidential. The first thing, the first I received my son. Oh my god, it's very funny. Even that first salary I received,
Hmm.
my tax number wasn't out yet. I was still waiting for my tax number, so I didn't get my actual salary because they will take emergency tax. Even that amount, after the government taking emergency tax, the one that they feel it's little.
You got $1,000.
No, we don't spend dollars. We spend
Uh,
euros.
okay,
We
thousand
spend
euros,
euros. Far than that.
2,000,
Don't I won't tell you, but
four
Kweku,
thousand.
I was so ashamed of myself that, oh my god. So we were
I've wasted
living in the
over 30 years of my life.
exactly what I said. Exactly what I said.
You didn't waste. I mean, you imparted lives in Ghana, still back in
And
Cape Coast.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes I don't want to say that I those 6 years that I served the Ghana Health Service has gone wasted. No, it didn't go wasted because it actually served as my working experience, which actually attracted the salary I'm taking. Because I told you earlier, Ireland, your startup salary
Yeah, is
starts
that
from
true?
the number of years you have served from your country. So the 6 years I served in Ghana, I am now reaping it.
But you say that for the apart from the fact that I mean those years became your experience, you feel that the years that you stayed there has been a wasted years
Financially, economically,
financially. I get that.
economically,
So
we
Abena,
were
what do you
working in
have
vain.
for those guys who are all queuing up to get a position in the UK? Even some are professional nurses, but they will still go and become go for care jobs in UK. Lining are being denied, paying. Some are paying 1 billion. Some are paying. What do you have for these people?
I always say on my channel that if you are determined, like how some nurses wrote IELTS. I know a senior colleague who wrote IELTS 10 good times before passing. So the question is, why didn't he ever thought of going as a carer? but rather decided to invest, kept on writing the IELTS till he passed the nursing band score. It's all about determination, and it's all about what you want and how you want to be recognized. It is not just about me kwa brochue. Kwa brochue akobre. A nursing pathway eda ho. Me meba mantu ahwe. I didn't need any agents. I didn't need any connection man. I didn't pay for my flights. Accommodation, maybe I'm a bed die. I didn't pay nothing. So 350 euros now me dey me me foreign me recognition process. My hospital paid it back to me. It is say you have this opportunity. Now so won't pay. Now so be akwaduro nti wuntumi nsua ade empase IELTS. O tro back no afele into abemu abua, then I don't think you are determined. You're not determined. This process is strictly for determined nurses, ambitious nurses. So if you feel that mature IELTS 1, 2, 3 men passing and you make a tom assassin ako ye kera. There was a time recently I went home. I went to Ghana for holidays and someone was
Oh,
telling me,
recently went back.
oh, because Jim and you cry.
Abraham, you've gotten money. You need to send me something.
Because I need your money. I need.
Abraham, you need to send me something. I
Oh,
see.
Oh, me, yeah, my annual leave. You know, back in Ghana,
Because I saw you went to Germany and Netherlands.
No, I went to Paris and Amsterdam.
Oh wow, 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 wow. That's
Which
great.
I probably still yeah, me go maybe I.
You are doing well. So
How is going?
I have some questions for you.
Okay.
This one is saying that can you process? Let me say that well. Good evening, brother. Can you process Ireland visa? No, I can't process Ireland visa.
No,
Yeah, we are just talking
you are not
about
processing.
opportunities. If you're a nurse, you listen to the pathways and then you follow and then do same. Okay. Let me check this one. I don't understand. Okay. Okay. Somebody is asking, but what kind of car? I don't know if that's very necessary.
I you so interested in my car.
I don't
Don't
think it's
worry.
important. Nice story.
It's not. That's my private life.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, this one's saying I'm a mathematics teacher now in Ghana. If you're a mathematics, you can go to even for teachers now. There are a lot of opportunities. People are now traveling to America to teach math, science, Vietnam, Japan, all over. Yeah, so that's it. Ghana is don't say that. Ghana is in a ditch. Hey, teacher
Well,
drags NTS, GES, and Attorney General to court. Okay, all right. One day it will change. Okay. All right, so I have all the info. So Abina, you've said you've said that your goodwill message to your fellow nurses who are also watching the program and those who are yet to watch. So in all these, what kept you on? What kept you on? So you got what you wanted.
my friends, my friends do tells me that oh dear, if determination was a person, it's you. So that's the secret. It's determination. If you know what you want to achieve, nothing stresses you. The delay in your assessments does not even, it doesn't stress you. I mean, you should be positive in whatever you are doing. when I was doing Ireland process, people were like, I know some nurses who started Ireland process like a year now and they are still here. And my process took me 6 months. After 6 months, I had my visa, I had everything, waiting for my hospital to send me my flight tickets.
So when you applied, did you tell people? Because in Ghana, when people are about to travel, they don't tell people.
Okay, anyway, me, um, I was also kind of quiet about it. Yeah, even when I got here, I was still quiet until I finally got my Irish pin. Because
Okay.
I knew I don't have anything to do with Ghana nursing.
I see.
I am mostly our elders do say that yes sir utwen saso ade no mu wie a na afi
Yeah.
waka ho asem. Yes. So I was quiet because I wanted to finally grab that Irish pin so I can confidently introduce my journey to other people. And I'm so happy that I have a lot of people. Even 3 days ago, somebody I guided finally landed
Oh
in
wow.
Ireland.
Wow.
Yes.
So now let's get into your handle. I think you're also doing amazing job putting stuff there to help other Ghanaians, other Africans. What?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your channel, your YouTube, and your TikTok channel.
TikTok. Okay, so it's basically psychness underscore Abena. It's the same name on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and Facebook is um, Miss Abena Ejapon.
On
Miss
Facebook.
Abena on Facebook, yeah. But with psychness underscore Abena is basically on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and every information you need about the migration process, it will serve you good than going to pay people. I mean, I found it so disheartening. I hearing people that somebody contacted me for help and apparently somebody has charged her $1,000 just to upload her documents.
Yeah, if you don't, if you're not IT inclined and you don't try to do it, people will take money from you. It's normal.
Yes, but you have to be proactive. Find people who have myself I was helped by someone who has also gone through the process successfully. So those are the people you need to find. Don't go to anybody who hasn't gone through the process and says that I will charge you and do this. I'm charging you to find a job for you. How? You have smartphone.
So the mention of
Be
jobs.
proactive.
How do you get a job?
Me, everything about my process was unique. I even got a job even before I got my NMBR decision letter.
Hey, I've been a
I
near.
passed, I passed my first interview, but if it has happened to you, if God made it for me, God can equally make it for everyone. It's all about your preparation, how you go about, how positive you go about it. You have an interview. You know, Kwesi Broni na ebe interview or before if you chrome at the waba. You need to go the extra mile. I mean, when it comes to your physical looks, I mean, the information you are even going to give in the interview room, you must speak professionally because every question they are going to ask is based on your practice as a nurse. So you need to be well prepared. If you are well prepared, you pass the interview, it saves you the stress of searching for jobs. And you need to make sure that your CV is well drafted. If your CV don't attract them, they won't get back to you.
These are some of the things why people pay money to professionals to do that, to have it done for them.
So seek for help. If I am going to UK. When I was looking at going to UK, I was finding nurses who are already in UK to get help. Now, when I heard about Ireland, I started looking for nurses who has also successfully migrated to Ireland so they can guide me. I didn't go to any agents. I didn't pay anyone for my process because I was able to reach out to the right people for help. And people were willing to help me. People guided me. The documents, even when you are uploading, that you need to upload the documents at separate portions on the portal.
Wow.
If you don't seek help from somebody who has already done it successfully, you may end up doing it wrong. And when it's wrong, it automatically delays your process. So always go online, find people who are already out there. Somebody helped me for free, so I don't see why I should also help someone and take money from that person. How much would that CDs do to me? It won't do me anything good. And even now, because of the WHO red list warning, now most of the hospitals that are even recruiting tells the nurses to finance their trip so that when they come, they pass the exams or the adaptation, then they refund all
The
those
monies to them.
expenses. The monies to them. Yeah, to
The,
them.
the, 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 the
Yeah,
mention of that,
the mention of
I
that,
almost forget this.
I almost
I
forget
almost
this.
forgot this.
I almost forgot
So
this. So
the Ministry of Health
the
has
Ministry of Health has
issued a
issued
red warning
a
alert
red
that if
warning
they're not
alert that
careful by
if they're not careful by
2024, which is
2024,
just a month
which is
away,
just
there
a
will be
month away, there will
not
be
a single
not a
nurse in
single
Ghana.
nurse
What
in
do you make
Ghana. What do
about
you make
the whole of that
about the whole of
statement?
that statement? That is what I kept saying. Is the service of the service condition is so poor. Nothing better has been made about it. Despite the efforts the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association executives are pulling, it's not forthcoming. So, if I don't try my possible best and invest the little money I have to write an exams and pass, and that exams becomes an entry for me to be an international nurse, I'll definitely go in for it. I didn't delay in
But
preparing
but
for
but
this
Abina,
exam.
you saying that
You saying that
your mother is back
your
in
mother is
Ghana,
back in
your father
Ghana,
is back
your
in Ghana,
father
your
is back
family
in Ghana,
members
your
are back
family
in
members
Ghana.
are back in
So
Ghana.
assuming all
So
nurses
assuming all
go because the
nurses go
conditions are
because the
bad,
conditions are bad,
people are going to
people are
die.
going to
So
die.
you don't
So
think about the
you don't
people.
think about the people. Not everybody is interested in migrating.
You are saying
You are saying
they've issued a red
they've
warning
issued a
that
red warning that
2024 all nurses
2024
are going
all
to go.
nurses are going to
So
go.
tell your colleague
So tell your
nurses
colleague
to
nurses
stop
to
migrating and
stop
serve us
migrating
in
and
Ghana.
serve us in Ghana. Then, Kweku, you want to tell me that I should forcefully be selfish?
Advise them.
Advise them. I can't be selfish. I came. People came. They tested the waters and they realized that it's better here than being a nurse in Ghana. And they started talking about it. Hey, there is something good going on here. If you want it, this is the process. Go through it. I watched the a video on one nurse who is in UK. I watched it on his YouTube channel talking about the process to Ireland as a nurse and the benefits. That channel was also so helpful to me. That even motivated me more to go prepare so hard for the IELTS. So if you are telling me because of the warning they have given and because my family is back home, so I should be selfish, no. When they came, they saw that it was good and they
Nti
started
nurses
talking about
nurses
it.
ne nsa na
Nurses,
webusuafo
no
wɔ Ghana.
Ghana. Oh no, there are more nurses, and that's why I said not every nurse is willing to migrate because some of
Every
them are not
nurse
ready
wants
to
to
take the
migrate.
exams.
Every nurse.
Every nurse. Some are not ready to take the exams. You cannot just migrate. Some are not ready to take the exams. Yeah. So not everybody will migrate.
They wish
Those
they
who
could
want to
also
migrate,
go,
they
but
could also
because of
go,
the
but because of the
exams conditions.
exams conditions, then they are not determined to go. if you are determined to go, my school mother, she wrote 4 good times. She's now in UK. When I the first time I was going to her, she told me, Faustina, go with courage. Even if you don't get it, prepare and go the second time. And me, I nearly failed, but I showed my results to my lecturer, and she was like, he told me, Faustina, go for remarking for this particular results. The, this results, no, I don't
The
believe
out.
this result. The out. Yeah. So I went for remarking. I spent money again to recall for remarking, and it went in my favor. And British Council gave me back my money. That is determination. If I'm not determined, then there's certain risk you will not take. Because even that remarking, if it doesn't go in your favor, you lose that money, over £100. You lose that money. But if it goes in your favor, you get it back. Even now, they've increased it. So, if you are determined, no matter what, you will do it. That's what I'm saying. The migration process, it's not for every nurse. It's only for determined and ambitious nurses. So definitely, ebi beka ho. Nye nyina na ebeko, ebi be ho.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Abinatine
Miss
Japan,
Abinatine Japan,
aka
aka
Faustina.
Faustina. Oh yeah, stop.
Thank you so
I
much
have never
for
mentioned
making time.
I've
But
never mentioned my name on air.
don't you miss your people
Don't you
back in
miss your
Cape
people
Coast,
back in
Ogra,
Cape Coast, Ogra?
Ogra
I went
Kotokwaba?
to Cape. I went to Cape Coast when I came home.
Really?
Really?
You didn't visit
You
Kwame?
didn't visit Kwame? Yes, I met Kwame. I met Dora Bagwan and his wife. I mean, I met few people. Yeah.
Oh, now what is that
Oh,
called?
now what is that
Is
called?
that Kwame
Is
away?
that Kwame away? And
Uh,
you know that you know the very funny part. The day I was on my way to Cape, that was the day Michael what's his name? Kwame called me that he wanted to have an interview with me on his show. I was like, no. Then I just surprised him. He didn't know I was in Ghana.
I was saying,
That I was in, yeah.
he wanted to interview on the on his new radio
On his
station.
new radio station. Yeah, but I was just closer to Cape Coast. He didn't know I was actually coming to pay him a visit. He didn't know.
Oh,
I was
so
just being silly. So
you went for the
you
interview?
went for the interview? No, I didn't go because
Oh,
I
why
didn't want
not?
people to know. Why not? I didn't want people to know that I was in town. So I was just playing. Me so
Miss
song. Miss
Abinatina,
Abinatina.
morning bell, no
Morning bell,
pardon.
no pardon. Oh, stop that script.
Abina,
Thank
thank you
you,
for
thank
granting
you
me
for
this
granting me
interview.
this
So,
interview.
guys,
I'm so guys, happy.
you can follow Abina's
You can follow
page.
Abina's
YouTube
page.
is Psych
YouTube is
Nurse, right?
Psych Nurse, right? Underscore Abina.
Okay, Psych Nurse
Psych
underscore
Nurse
Abina,
underscore
and
Abina. Yeah.
same
And
for
same
TikTok,
for TikTok, Instagram, yeah.
and Facebook is
And
Mistina.
Facebook is Mistina. Abina Japan.
Abina Japan. Okay,
Abina Japan.
okay.
Okay.
May that's super brave.
But that's
That's
my
super
brain.
brave.
That's my brain. Thank you so much for having me. Send me
Goodbye.
an invite. Let me come and visit you.
Maybe,
Maybe.
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 Because I'll be coming to
Because
Ireland
I'll be
very
coming to
soon, so
Ireland very soon.
maybe I'll
So
pay you a visit in
maybe
your
I'll pay you
hospital.
a visit in your hospital. I can't wait to host you.
Over me panic. Over me panic.
Me welcome you. Me
Goodbye,
welcome.
Abina. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
Bernard. Thanks
joining
for
me today.
joining me today. All right. Thanks for having me, Kweku.
Thanks.